DHT. I work in a small town population, maybe 2,000. I bartend most nights. Same faces, same stories. People come in, drink too much, and stretch the truth into something larger than life. There was one regular, always alone, always quiet, same seat in the back corner. Until one night he wasn't. He came in with someone I'd never seen before. They sat together in the same shadowed corner, talking low. I didn't think much of it until the regular suddenly stood up, grabbed his glass, and threw the water straight into the other man's face. Then he stormed out, just like that. I walked over, grabbed the towel. "You alright?" The man blinked, calm. Too calm. "Yes, I'm fine." "Want a napkin?" "Please." Before I could hand him one, he reached into his coat and pulled out a handkerchief, gold threaded, immaculate, the kind of thing you don't see around here. I let out a small laugh. "That's fancy." He smiled, faint. "You think so? Where do you get something like that?" He paused. Then he said, "The second-hand shop across the street." That caught me off guard. I'd worked here for years and never once stepped inside that place. I'd always meant to go. I just admitted, just never did. "You should," he said. "You might find something interesting." The next day I went. The shop felt wrong the moment I walked in. Quiet, dust hanging in the air, shelves lined with things that didn't belong together, old trinkets, strange artifacts. Then I saw them. A shrunken head, a row of crude dolls' pins with needles. I laughed under my breath. Didn't believe in any of it. But one of the dolls looked familiar. Too familiar. It looked like my boss. Same messy hair, same tired, cooked posture. I didn't like him. Nah, no one did. The idea came quick, and once it did, it stuck. I took it to the counter. The shopkeeper looked at it and smirked. "That's one's been here for a while. People don't believe in these things anymore." I shrugged. "Figures. They work," he said quietly. I hesitated. "What do you need?" he continued. "It's something personal. Hair, blood. Something tied to them." I shouldn't have laughed it off. Instead, I asked how much. 1,000. It was a ridiculous. I paid anyways. The next few days, I got careful, too friendly, too close. I watched him, waited. One afternoon, I slipped into his office. His comb was sitting on the counter. Thick strands of his hair, greasy, tangled in the teeth. I took some. Later, I shook his hand with the needle hidden in my palm. A quick prick. He flinched. "Damn!" he muttered. "Sorry," I said. "Let me grab you a napkin." He used it, tossed it. I kept it. That night, I finished it. Hair, blood, all of it. I didn't feel anything at first, until I left work. I was backing out of the parking lot when I saw him in my rearview mirror, standing there, perfectly still, head tilted slightly upward, like he was staring at something in the sky. "Hey," I called out the window. "You good?" No response. I got out. I walked up to him, reached out and pulled off his sunglasses. There was nothing behind his eyes, just darkness. I stumbled back, heart racing, then bolted in my car and drove. "Oh my God," I keep saying. "It works. It actually works." At home, I splashed water on my face, trying to steady myself. Then I looked up. The doll was sitting on the counter. I froze. I knew I hadn't left it there. I grabbed it, shoved it in the trash, and went to bed. I woke up to a sound. Teeth grinding. Slow. Wet. Unnatural. He was standing in the corner of my room. My boss. Blood still dripping from his hand. I looked down. The doll wasn't in the trash. It was on my bed. I swear he had been there before. My boss slowly lifted his eyes. Normal now, wide, confused. "What did you do to me?" he whispered. I backed away. No. It worked. He looked at his hand, then at me. "You took my hair." The doll moved. Not toward him, towards me. That's when I remember the shopkeeper said, "Not everything, just one part." The part I didn't want to hear. It always takes something from the one who asks. My arm suddenly felt heavy. I looked down. Tiny stitches were forming across my skin, one by one, tightening, pulling. I tried to scream, but I could. I already feel my mouth beginning to close. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.